Don't got the motto. I just look nice in the photo.
Baby girl, I know I'm in popular demand. Only you can have my auntie man. I want you on the night.
It's the best and most entertaining evening show on radio. Adora and Ashorn on your inspiration station.
Your inspiration station. 99 FM.
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures $155 million Namibian loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Good evening, I'm Tonata Kadila in the news tonight. Feminist movement demands inclusivity in the Domestic Violence Act. Namibia and South Africa engage on broadening bilateral ties. Namunje Botila Hun donates food worth 10,000 Namibia dollars to Groot Oop's elderly. Kapana Venda presses on despite high meat prices. And Business on One comments corner, sport and the weather. Members of the Young Feminist Movement, Namibia, are demanding that same-sex couples be included and protected by the Domestic Violence Act 6 of 2002. The group held a peaceful protest and submitted a petition to Parliament today calling for inclusivity of queer communities and in the form of gender-neutral language. The feminist movement said the current act excludes same-sex couples.
Around 50 members of the feminist human rights organization staged a peaceful protest chanting "We belong, Omashenge Ovanu," and "Not the church, not the state, people must decide their fate." Director at the Young Feminists Movement, Florence Kajas, demands that the Domestic Violence Act 6 of 2002 be amended so that same-sex couples are included and protected by the Act.
Same-sex households exist whether we like it or not, and they will continue to exist. We need to protect everybody, not just some people. Earlier we were being told about how people are going to the police, but they are not being protected because the law is not protecting us. But today we are saying enough is enough. Protect all Namibians. Nobody should be excluded. Protecting same-sex couples in domestic relationships would harmonize Namibia's laws with the legislation of other neighboring countries. Excluding this protection allows offenders to get away with violence, and it encourages discrimination and discriminatory treatment by law enforcement officers and everybody that is involved. That is why we are here today to demand that the Domestic Violence Act be amended to have a gender-neutral language. Remove being of different sexes. It's not necessary for it to be there. We want a language that includes everybody. We want a language that protects everybody. We want the Namibian Constitution to protect us all, and that is why we are here. We are demanding a change in this Namibia. We are demanding that everybody is being protected under the Constitution.
National Assembly Acting Secretary Joyce Nakita received the petition and assured the group that their demands will be forwarded to the Speaker of the National Assembly and the relevant Parliamentary Standing Committee.
The petition will be submitted to the Speaker of the National Assembly, who will then debate it in the House. The make sure that everyone hear that there has been a submission of this petition, and then it will be sent to a relevant standing committee.
In addition, protesters called on all genders to be protected, as domestic violence also exists between homosexual and heterosexual couples. However, they stated that the law does not protect them, further urging fellow LGBTQI members to take advantage of the upcoming elections and vote wisely.
Next year is an election. Who you vote into office is going to matter. What happens at the ballot box is going to matter. We've had enough of these people not caring about the most vulnerable and marginalized people in this country. Vote like your lives depend on it, because it does. Vote like equality depends on it, because it does. Vote like your dignity and human rights depend on it, because it does. And now is the time. We belong in a more freedom.
All genders and all people and all bodies should be protected. Intimate domestic violence exists between homosexual couples as well as heterosexual couples. But because the laws do not protect them, they are silenced, they are shunned away, and they cannot speak up. We, us in heterosexual relationships, cannot speak up already. So how can homosexual people also speak up if the laws do not protect them? This is why we're here for inclusive language, because we all deserve protection from intimate violence. We all deserve protection.
Who will be the one? Tune into the exciting live broadcast of Miss and Mr. Supranational Namibia 2023 exclusively on One Africa TV. Experience all the glitz and glamour starting at 7 p.m. Saturday the 18th of March. It's all happening live on your favorite channel. Join us on the journey to find the one.
Senior officials representing both the international relations ministries of South Africa and Namibia have gathered in Windhoek to review current cooperation agreements with the aim of strengthening bilateral relations.
The three-day session of the Binational Commission commenced in Windhoek yesterday and is chaired by the Executive Director in the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation, Penda Nanda, who described the platform as an opportunity for the two nations to revitalize cooperation in a wide range of areas, including legal, economic, social, defense, and security.
Over the next 3 days, the main objective of our senior officials meeting is simply to prepare the ground for the ministerial and presidential segments of the BNC, which both meetings still to take place in due course. Almost 7 years have passed since the last Binational Commission meeting in Pretoria, to be exact, in 2016. Therefore, while the third session of the was regrettably postponed several times due to the factors beyond our control, among which were the COVID-19 pandemic, I urge all of us to redouble our efforts to ensure that we clear all the backlogs and come up with concrete and practical plans of action to revitalize our cooperation and to recommend to our respective principles.
The senior officials meeting is expected to prepare the ground for the ministerial and presidential segments to take place in the near future. The acting Deputy Director General of the Africa branch from the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, Tselane Mokwena, said that the meeting will allow the senior officials to identify new areas of cooperation based on the mutual interest and benefits.
We have mutual challenges, Ambassador, which we'll need to resolve through these 3 days to ensure, as neighbors, that we are able to work with one another and address some of those challenges in our cluster meetings. And this is all in a quest to fast-track the realization of the African Free Trade Area as well as the tripartite Free Trade Area. We should hold each other accountable. We should be able to have frank discussions during these 3 days, and all really in an attempt to ensure that we address issues of poverty, unemployment, and inequality which affect and afflict both our peoples. I'm therefore confident that this Sing Officials meeting, will meet its desired outcome, which is to conduct a thorough review of areas of cooperation and programmatic achievements, as well as challenges that may need to be resolved.
The 3-day session that commenced yesterday at Safari Court Hotel and Conference Center in Windhoek is expected to conclude on Thursday.
Swapo Party treasurer and businesswoman Martha Namunjebo Tilahun donated food worth 10,000 Namibia dollars to 20 Groot Oop elders over the weekend. Namunjebo Tilahun said she based her gesture on Oshuambo cultural values to present gifts when visiting others. Namunjebo Tilahun was at the settlement with fellow party cadres to celebrate the election of District Coordinator John Elago to the party Central Committee over the weekend.
According to the businesswomen Martha Namunjebo Tilahun, she felt the need to give back to Groot Oop's residents, as in her culture it is deemed a norm to be a gift when visiting others. The food items included bags of maize meal, rice, cooking oil, sweets and other condiments.
It might not be polite to go to visit people who have, especially my heart is close to the elderly and the youth. So, and I feel like I cannot just come to them without bringing them anything. So that's why I thought it's very important that I come to them and I have to bring what I can give. It's better than nothing. We know that for them to come all the way to this gathering of the celebration, it's to take time of their cognizance of their time to come and be here. It's a commitment that it does not mean they have the means to get here, but it means that if we can afford to give little what we can, it's very important to me. And I have my heart is close to the elder people because we have to give back to them.
The settlement, located 40 kilometers south of Windhoek, falls within the boundaries and management of City of Windhoek. Windhoek Local Authority Councillor Francina Kahungu, who was also present, said the spirit of sharing and caring for those less fortunate should prevail in the society.
As in Oshuambo, even if you have salt, you have to go and ask a neighbor, and that is a sign of just strengthening the relationship, because if you do not go to one another's house, then in the end you end up not talking to one another. So this what happened today is one person thinking about another person, sharing, and it's a caring spirit. If you're looking at the number of items given, of course they will share with many others. As I observe in these communities, people are sharing. You share because if I have something today, you give me today, or I give you today, then tomorrow you give me.
Local pastor Kos Eima was among recipients and expressed his gratitude for the food he received.
Ons het al lang is dit wat swaar kry, ons kry honger, ons sit op 'n plaas, daar is nie kos nie.
For a long time, we have been suffering, we have been starving, and we are sitting on a farm where there's no food. Many days we go to sleep hungry, but they came out and they gave us food.
Another beneficiary, Yvonne Irene, stated she has been facing shortages of food for some time.
For this food we did not expect from the Lord will bless their hands that gave it out, that put their hands deep into their pockets to give to the elders of Groot Oop. May God bless them.
Both Namunjebo Tilahun and Kahungu encourage fellow residents to do more in helping those in need, particularly those residing in remote areas.
Swipe on it and win! Come bank with us and stand a chance to win the grand prize of an eco-friendly hybrid vehicle or one of 40 fuel vouchers worth 40,000 Namibian dollars.
Full tank, possibly.
To enter, simply make any purchase using your Bank Vintage Visa debit or credit card between the 1st of October 2022 and the 31st of March 2023. With your Bank Vintage Visa card in hand, let's journey together with every swipe. Visit bankvintage.com.na for more information. Protect yourself against fraud and never share your PIN. T's and C's apply. Bank Vintage, a member of Capricorn Group.
A Kapana vendor stationed at Windhoek's Okuryangava Stop and Shop buys one cow for 25,000 Namibia dollars every day to process and sell at his various Kapana stands. The vendor, Robert Haindongo, explained that he makes around 20,000 Namibia dollars daily from selling Kapana, but immediately reinvests the money he makes into buying another cow for the following day, leaving him with little to no profit for his family to live on.
Haindongo told One that he has been in the Kapana business for 20 years, during which time he set up stands in Okuryangava and in Windhoek where he placed people to sell for him. Haindongo said on a good day he could make up to 35,000 Namibian dollars. However, over the past 2 years he has made more losses than profits from his business but cannot afford to quit as he has a family to support.
I lose because I usually price the meat and sell it to others. But for me, I make a loss. However, I keep the business going to support the children at home. In terms of those I give meat to, if they do not have money at the moment, I give them a chance to sell.
Haindongo said that he buys his cows daily from Kar Farm situated 17 kilometers outside Windhoek and supplies all his stands as well as private clients with meat in order to ensure his profit at the end of every business day. Haindongo said that the fuel cost for trips to buy the cows also eats away at his daily profit.
I can sometimes make about 20,000 from my business, but when I go to buy the cow for 25,000, they sometimes tell me to give that amount. Then the remaining balance of 5,000 I can pay later when I go buy the cow for the next day. I also lose out because of the petrol I use. So when I give meat to buy, the money hardly adds up.
Haindongo said although he has others selling for him, money often falls short, especially when it was a slow day at the market. Haindongo has encouraged other business people not to be discouraged by financial challenges, adding that hard work always pays off in the end.
I would like to encourage everyone to work hard, as it is not easy, but we must push because of the people we live with in order to eat and to save.
Lontavera Disongo Shiraverera
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. The Namibia Breweries Limited, NBL, handed over a consignment of Windhoek Lager to the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation to be distributed to Namibian diplomatic missions, embassies and consulates around the world to celebrate the country's 33rd independence anniversary. The consignment, which consists of 350 cases of Windhoek Lager, is valued over 100,000 Namibia dollars.
The NPL Managing Director, Marco Weng, stated that as the country is about to celebrate its 33rd independence, they are proud to share the beer with the country's diplomatic missions and embassies around the world.
We have and will always be a proudly Namibian company. And by sharing this consignment of Windhoek Lager brought, we hope to spread that heritage and share a token that is sure to remind its recipients of Namibia. We are thus proud to hand over today 350 cases of our world-class Windhoek Lager to the value of over 100,000 Namibian dollars to the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation for distribution to all Namibian embassies and consulates across the globe as contribution to their respective in-country celebrations of Namibia's 33rd year of independence.
The Deputy Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, General Matundu, who received the consignment, assured that it will reach all different Namibia diplomatic missions and embassies. Matundu stated that the donated consignment is, among others, meant to promote the product worldwide.
I am honored this morning to receive this donation on behalf of the Namibian diplomatic missions abroad ahead of the upcoming 33rd independence celebration of our beautiful republic, and I will make sure that this valued stock will reach all the different Namibian diplomatic missions across the globe. The donated consignment is meant to promote the Namibian product worldwide in order to attract the foreign direct investment while adding to our efforts of attracting investment to our country through the economic diplomacy.
The Deputy Minister of International Relations and Cooperation said the donation is an opportunity to collaborate and showcase the strong commitment between the Ministry and NBL, which represents the interest of Namibian citizens.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to join us again next time for more business news.
Now a look at the Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from our social media pages. A 28-year-old self-employed boilermaker is recovering at the Katutura State Hospital in Windhoek after he was caught in the middle of a shootout with security guards late Saturday afternoon at Okuriangava. Dallas said in Namibia people have a tendency of disrespecting security guards. Kushona said the video explains everything. Petrus asked why one would assault a security guard. Don said at times it might be best to walk away. Mandingi wished Henok a speedy recovery. That is all from our Comments Corner. Be sure to engage on our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on News on One.
Tune into the exciting live broadcast of Miss and Mr. Supranational Namibia 2023 exclusively on One Africa TV. Experience all the glitz and glamour starting at 7 p.m. Saturday the 18th of March. It's all happening live on your favorite channel. Join us on the journey to find the one.
And now for a look at what's happening on the sport front. The MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Academy and PST Bet signed a 3-year partnership agreement earlier today in Windhoek. PST Bet's financial injection into one of the country's most successful boxing stables will be used to cover operational costs as the academy seeks new talent.
The MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Academy signed a 3-year partnership agreement with the sport betting company, PST Bet, worth 2.7 million Namibian dollars. Speaking at the handover, the co-founder of PST Bet, Nelly Hayter, stated that giving back to the community is a key mandate.
It's actually a privilege to work with MTC, and we also recognize their efforts in the industry, especially sports. Their efforts of trying to uplift the sports in the country, to put it at the standard where it benefits the sportsmen and women. I would also like to express our gratitude to our PST staff. You guys, we recognize you, and we recognize your dedication, your hard work, and also for your understanding that PST always gives back to the community, and it's our fundamental part or fundamental part of the company to always give back to the society. So,
at the same occasion, the PST Bet Chief Executive Officer Steve Hamunyela explained that PST Bet is not interested in displaying the company logo on billboards or shirts, as the PST Bet has prioritized investing in corporate social responsibilities.
We create deep relationship and partnership with the clubs, teams, venue and event that we sponsor. We are not interested in simply putting our logo on shirt or billboard. We are in it for the love of the game.
Africa's award-winning boxing promoter, Nesta Tobias from the MTC Nesta Boxing Academy, expressed his gratitude and said that PST Bet will receive value for its investment, adding that the investment will be well managed.
From now on, we take boxing to the next level. And for PST Bet, be sure your money is going to be well invested, and you're going to get the value on the investment.
The MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Academy is now known as the MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Academy, co-sponsored by PST Bet.
That's all the sport news we had for you. Please do stay tuned for the weather forecast.